Dragons, origin of legend and mythologies about these fantastic animals. If you are new here, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, to stay inside the greatest curiosities in the world. Let's go to the video. Dragons are legendary creatures that populate the imaginary of diverse cultures around the world. They are portrayed as imposing beings, with scales, wings, and powerful flames coming out of their mouths. But what is the origin of these mythological creatures? In Greek mythology, dragons were seen as guardians of treasures, while in Chinese culture, they symbolized wisdom and good luck. In Western culture, dragons were often portrayed as villains in stories of knights and princesses. Although there is no concrete evidence of dragons, these creatures continue to fascinate and inspire art and pop culture. They are recurring characters in films, series, books, and games. Where do legends about dragons come from? The first records of the dragons would have been identified through cave paintings made by Aborigines in Australia around 40,000 years BC. Scholars believe that legends about dragons arose from dinosaur fossils that, when found, were associated with monsters or spirits. Over time, the bones of several other animals such as whales and the Komodo dragon were also interpreted as coming from dragons, reinforcing the myth. Dragons are part of the culture of countless countries and are seen in different ways, sometimes as villains and others as kind creatures. The stories and myths surrounding the dragons are so many that even today they are protagonists in many books, films, and series. Impossible to talk about dragons and not remember, for example, the series Game of Thrones. Dragons in the Chinese mythology. Dragons in China are seen in a positive, divine way, as a symbol of power, wisdom, protection, and luck. They are also responsible for the weather, controlling the rains. They are usually represented as a giant snake, but with characteristics of several other animals. According to Chinese mythology, the dragon was one of the animals that created the world, and so this animal is very present in the culture of the country, found in various monuments, buildings, and flags. Dragons in the Greek mythology. Dragons are also very present in Greek mythology. In fact, the very name dragon comes from the Greek term drakon, which refers to a giant snake. The Greeks separated the dragons into three different categories: the so-called serpent-shaped drakons, the cetia, which were marine creatures, and the dracaenas, which possessed characteristics of both woman and serpent. Dragons in the Norse mythology. In Norse mythology, which has its origin in Viking culture, there is only one dragon, the hong-jun. This dragon is known as the corpse eater and feeds on the roots of the tree of life called Yggdrasil. According to Norse belief, the world would be destroyed to be reborn. Again, and the hong-jun would play a key role in this rebirth, working for the balance of good and evil in the new world. And you, what do you think of dragons? Leave your opinion in the comments and do not forget to check out our other videos on the channel. Until next time.